Hello and welcome to the week ahead. Just in terms of scheduled events for this week, it is relatively light on that front. So instead I'm just going to stick to some of the topical issues that we're currently seeing at the beginning of the European session so far. So over the weekend there's been a fair bit of commentary surrounding Greece and the Eurogroup. So the Eurogroup head Dijsselbloem has said that the proposals made by Greece currently fall short of the agreement that was reached 2 weeks ago. And subsequently, we have seen comments from the Greek Finance Minister Varoufakis, who says that should the Eurogroup not accept the proposals made by Greece, then he could be forced to call a referendum or even potential snap early elections. A bit of an increase in tensions here between Greece and the Eurogroup. So this very much does come ahead of the meeting today between the two parties, with arrivals expected at 2 p.m. London time. But just in terms of press conference, no concrete time has been set yet, as the two parties do very much have quite a lot to discuss. But just in terms of the main market ramifications of this so far, so we have seen European equities dragged lower, very much a continuation of that move seen since Friday, whereby we did see that lower close on Wall Street in the wake of that non-farm payrolls report, which has increased expectations of a sooner than expected rate lift-off by the Fed. So yes, as I said, as a result of those increasing tensions between Greece and the Eurogroup, we have seen a bit of hostility so far. However, just in terms of today's order of play though, we have seen the Deputy German Finance Minister and the German Finance Ministry themselves say that no concrete decisions will be made. So therefore, at the start of trade this week, any comments surrounding Greece could dictate the state of play, with the calendar otherwise relatively light. So alongside the softness in equities, fixed income products have been provided with a bid. So this is very much as a result of the Greece stuff and also the commencing of the ECB bond purchase programme. So German paper has led the way this morning, given that they'll be one of the main beneficiaries of the ECB's QE programme. And elsewhere we have seen both the French and Belgian spread tighter to the German benchmark. A lot of market talk during the rounds that the ECB have been on the bid for French and Belgian paper. So just in terms of the actual breakdown of this, so as we all know by now, the ECB will begin buying 60 billion euros of bonds per month. But just in terms of when this will actually be released, so they're buying today, but just in terms of the actual announcement, this will be made alongside the weekly announcement of the purchases for both covered bonds and ABSs. So this normally takes place around 2:45 p.m. London time on a Monday, so just something to watch out for. One thing just to bear in mind is that the purchase will be split according to capital keys. That's the economic contribution made by each Eurozone member. So as such, this will therefore dictate how much the ECB buy. But ultimately do remember that the ECB have already said that the operations will be carried out as a way to avoid any potential market disruptions if possible. But nonetheless, we have seen different ECB sources suggesting that the ECB have been on the bid in Belgian, French, Italian paper. So this is something that we will be expected to see throughout the session. But like I said, the ECB have announced that they have been in the markets buying these bonds. So we'll be waiting the further details of how much they're actually able to obtain, which we should see at the beginning of next week alongside those normal purchases. But that has been a particularly quiet start to the week, with nothing really too exciting on the calendar for the remainder of the week. But like I said, events between Eurogroup and the Greece are likely to dictate a bulk of the price action for the beginning of the week, as they have done already. So that's all from me, and I hope everyone has a fantastic week.